And welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival on Alpha 10.2. Just came out with an update today. Elion fixed a few things, made a few changes. Let me just talk about a couple of those. I won't go into great detail here. Come on, iPhone. There we go. So let's see. Yeah, Alpha 10.2. Today, base attacks now depend on presence of drone base. So if there's no drone base on the planet, you don't get attacked. Interesting concept considering the fact that there are other bases the Xerax have on a planet besides just the drone base. Not sure how I feel about that, to be honest with you. The way I think it should work is that you don't get any more attacks if you eliminate all of the Xerax bases on a planet or a moon, not just the drone base. But anyway, that's the way it is, so we'll deal with that. I definitely have not taken out the drone base, so we're still going to get attacks. Excuse me. The base attack will now spawn 600 meters from the edge of the base, not from the center of it. So I guess what that means is that when these attacks spawn in, they're spawning further out than they were before. I never really noticed that because I'm inside of a mountain. But I will say that the two times that we did get attacked, as soon as I went out the door, I mean, they were pretty much right there. So, all right, that's cool. No problem with that. Updated the behavior of the pangolin and the triceratops. I guess they no longer will charge you now. What they'll do is they'll just try and do melee attacks on you. That's really the gist of that. Internal optimizations, increased render distance of thruster and mounted weapons. That's a good change because I have noticed that when, if you zoom out too far, your thruster flame disappears, which was always a little bit irritating. Some color improvements, some other stuff on the PDA, which I don't really care that much about. Bug fixes, lots of bug fixes. Sound and visual effects of weapon hit. That's something that I was pointing out, I guess I should say, when you would try and mine, with the miner, with the drill, and you would mine like one of the nodes, like the promethium, and then it would just like make no sound or anything. So it was kind of weird. So hopefully that's part of that fix. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. Guys, read through. I'm not going to read through the whole damn list, of course. Those are just a few things I wanted to point out to you. One problem that I have had, and it seems to be more prevalent on multiplayer, but I've seen it happen on my single player game too, is that sometimes objects, like particularly stones, like the copper and the iron and the silicon stones, would disappear on the ground if I got too close to them. They just like vanished, even though they were still there. So that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's I didn't see anything explicitly addressing that, but maybe this update fix that too. Okay, so anyway, Alpha 10.2, here we are. So in today's episode, the first order of business is that if you guys watched my last episode, you'll know that I got some really nice loot. Nice loot for where I'm currently at in the game anyway. That nice loot includes a couple of furnaces. So we got 2 furnaces. We got 2 Tech 2 multi-tools, which is absolutely fantastic. I don't have to worry about making those, even though I have the stuff to make them now. We got what else we get? We got a T1 generator, which was pretty cool, and a couple of guns and some other stuff in that the tank that was sunk into the ground back on the ice planet that we were at. So really cool. So what I want to do is I want to carve out, probably over here, I think I'm going to just carve out a little bit of a room that we can put those furnaces down in and start making use of them. So really cool that we got those. I also need to upgrade the fuel tank situation on the base. And I think we'll put some solar panels down as well. Most of that stuff, at least the prep work for most of that stuff, I'm going to go ahead and do off camera. But before we get started on that, there's a couple other things I wanted to do. I wanted to upgrade the constructor to an advanced constructor. Or, you know what we might do? You can't upgrade this guy to a normal constructor. We tried that in the multiplayer. It doesn't work. What I might actually do is just leave that in place and just make a new advanced constructor and put it here, because I've always intended to, do that. So, you know what? Let's take a look at that. Advanced constructor. Boom. There we go. It's a done deal. We just have to wait for it to finish. Okay, cool. So, Oh, right. It has to make a large constructor first. Okay, gotcha. So let's let that happen. The other thing that we got was we got a shotgun upgrade. Shotgun upgrade kit. So we're going to take our shotty and we're going to put it in the input crate here. See, there's the shotgun upgrade kit that we found. And let's upgrade our shotgun to a tier 2 shotty. Beautiful. Okay. So we'll let those things cook up. All right, guys. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut the camera and I'm going to do the prep work for the furnaces, for the solar panels, and for getting a larger fuel tank. When I'm ready to put those things in place, I will bring you back and we will go from there. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye. All right, guys, we are back and ready to set some stuff in place here. So let's see. I made a whole shield, so we're going to try that out. We already have the furnace. I made some capacitors too, and we're going to get those set in place. I still haven't figured out exactly where I'm going to put the solar panels themselves, but at least we'll get the capacitors in place. We're going to use this Tech 1 generator that we found in the loot the last time and set those things in place. So because I don't have a whole lot of room in here, and I didn't really want to expand inside of here, just because I don't know, I'm just not trying to get too terribly fancy with this little mountain base. After all, it is supposed to just be a hidey hole. So what I decided to do instead is just, you know, make some more room for some of this stuff out here. So let's start by putting the Ginny. We're gonna actually put the Ginny way back here up against the wall, like so, and we might just turn off the other one for now or something. I'm not sure. So that'll be there. Then we're going to take this fuel tank here, and let's rotate it this way, and we're just going to set it in place right there. And what we might actually do too is let's go make another Tech 1 fuel tank. Oh, and you can see that I got the advanced constructor in place now, so that's really cool. We want to go to base, we want to go to components, and let's make a I guess that's a T2 fuel tank. That was a T3. So let's make that too, and we'll just throw another one up there. That way we have plenty of fuel, because now, you know, we have lots and lots of promethium now, so we might as well just fill this sucker up and let it go to town. Particularly, you know, because I'm assuming, you know, once we set up the shield, that's going to require some serious power. Oh, you know what? We also got to do the pentaxid tank too. Okay, glad I thought about that, because maybe that's where we should put the tank. I think, let's look at this for a second. I think that if we go to base, we have to have this tank here. Yeah, that tank has to power the shield. Now, the shield takes real power to actually run, but then it uses the fuel, the pentaxid fuel, to create the shield itself. I believe that's how that works. We didn't loot one of those, did we? No, we didn't. Okay. Just double checking. Okay, so let's make that shield then. Let's see where it is. Here it is, right here. And that means too that we're going to have to actually go to the moon and get some more pentaxid, because we don't really have very much pentaxid. We have a very small amount of it. And we probably better go ahead and take what we do have left. Let me see if I have any in here. Well, I just got that. We'll take whatever we do have left and actually convert it into pentaxid fuel. We can do that over here. So select that, select that. Here we go. So just queue up however many of those we make. But yeah, we're going to have to take a trip to the moon and get pentaxid. Okay, so boom, there it is. So we'll grab, whoop. Oh, come on. I've noticed that the game is a little bit weird. If you're like in the menu when it finishes whatever it's making, it doesn't always actually finish it. Kind of strange. Okay, so let's do this. And we want to put the tank there. And let's flip it down this way. And we'll just set it right there. I want to still kind of tuck this stuff back in behind here so it's not completely exposed. And we might even end up, you know, putting some, putting maybe some hardened glass or something up too. Just to, again, to kind of help protect the stuff a little bit better. So, okay, so now let's put in capacitors here. You know what, though? We should probably... Let's clear a little bit more space on the cavern ceiling here, just so there's more room for that. Even though the game does let me clip them through there, I think it looks kind of weird, so... Bump that off. Yeah, okay, let's try that. So we'll put one there, one there, one there, and then I'm going to block all this stuff off because there's no reason for us to have to get to them. Sorry about that. That's my wife sending me a text there. Okay, let's get the paint tool here, and we just want to. No, not that. We want this. There we go. There. Okay, so that'll give us basically four batteries that the solar panel will fill up later on. Okay, so that's done. Now, so let's see, we got the T1 generator in place, we got the fuel tank in place, we got the pentaxid tank in place, we got 4 capacitors. Now we're going to take and do our furnace, which I'm going to... I think I'm going to hold it out to here, so that way we have a little bit of room to get back in here if we need to for some reason. Not quite sure what that reason might be, but we'll do that anyway. And then I was going to put 2 furnaces down, but I don't think we need to put 2 furnaces down. So we'll put the shield genny here. Oh, I guess we have a little bit more stone to clear out, don't we? Okay, let's hit that. I don't want to clip it up in the ceiling because it just looks bad. Okay, let's try that. Now, I can upgrade this thing too to a Tech 2, but my guess is that in doing that it's going to be even physically larger. So we'll just try the Tech 1 generator for now and see, you know, how it goes. Keep in mind too, I mean, most of our base is not exposed to the outside, you know, so it's not like we have a huge area that we have to cover. Okay, cool. So that takes care of that. Now what I want to do is let's actually go make some hardened glass, and we'll make a couple of armored doors too. So let's see, armored doors, where are those at? Right here. So let's make 2 of those, and then I want to make some armored windows. So let's make, I don't know, let's just make 10 of those, because we'll probably use them for other things too later on. You know what though? Well, yeah, this'll work. Okay. So we're going to enclose those in glass, so that way if the enemy actually gets in here, they're still not going to be able to just, you know, come and you know, cause damage to our components here. Might need to trim this back a little bit too. Okay, so we got the doors. Now, what we're going to do with the doors is we're going to put them in place there. I want Let's see. Armored single door, armored single door. Oh, check that out. We got double. Oh, that's cool. Okay, double door full glass. So if we flip that around, yeah, let's put that there. Okay. And then we're going to take these and we're going to make them vertical 2x2s, or at least this one we will, and that one we will. And I don't think we need to go all the way up, so let's do this. Is that right? Yeah. It was up there a second ago. Is it not going to let me put it there because of the clipping? Here, let's try this. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. And then I think we'll just do like 2 of these there. Now on this side, we will do the same thing. Let's turn this back into the large 2x2. And we want to flip it around this way. Like so, and that's, why is it doing that? That's kind of weird. I want it to be even with this pane, so maybe what we need to do is go on this side. Whoop, we just about had it. Okay, cool. That's good. And then maybe what we'll do here, well, maybe we'll actually block this back off again. So yeah, let's just do that. Here, let's pick that back up. We'll put another one of these up here, like so. Oh, you know what though? It's not going to let me do that, is it? I mean, I don't know. What are the chances? Can we do this? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll just block it this way. Okay, cool. Is that sticking up out there? Oh no, there's plenty of mountain there. Plenty of mountain. Alright, cool. So, let's see. I think we're pretty good there. I don't really think we need to do anything about this. I can't imagine how the enemy would actually be able to get back up inside of here if they even tried to do that at all. So I think we can leave that the way it is. Alrighty. So guys, that pretty much takes care of everything except for the solar panels themselves. Now, as far as that goes, let's just let's take a look outside at a couple of things here. Now, I have already mentioned a couple of times now that I'm going to redo this whole outside area after the next attack. I want to wait until the next attack is done because I don't want to be right in the middle of it and then have them come, you know what I mean? But for solar panels, how do we want to handle solar panels? I would imagine, I guess the first thing we should probably figure out is what direction we should put the solar panels. East and west is this way, so the sun's going to rise east and basically travel west. We are in the northern hemisphere, though, so I don't know if that has any bearing on anything or not. I can't really remember how that part works. So, maybe we could build this out a little further this way and then put the panels out there. The only problem with that, though, is that, you know, they're going to be exposed to drone fire if we put them too far away, you know, from the cannons and stuff. So I'm not quite sure what the best course of action is here. The one thing I was thinking we could maybe do is, you know, put them up here and just kind of like bore a hole down below to connect it. But here again, if we put them up here, drones are probably going to shoot them. If I recall right, the enemies come from that direction. Pretty sure that's the direction that they come from. So that's something to consider too. If that's the case, if that's primarily the direction that they come from, you know, then we could put the solar panels over off this way because, you know, the drones are going to be dealing with them coming around that direction. We have, how many solar panels do we already have? Let's take a look at that. Decisions. Have some in here. I think, yes, we have 3 solar panels in there. Okay, let's grab those. And maybe what we'll do is we'll set them up for now off over this way, but I might end up changing where they're located. You know, when we come up with our more permanent design of the base here. So let's see. Let's kind of make some room here. How big are these things again? Let's look at that too. They're pretty good size. Yeah, they are pretty good size. So they need. Looks like they should have. Ideally, they should have 4 blocks. 4 blocks. The other question is what direction? What's the best direction to put them? What just happened? Did we lose it? We did. Damn it. Why didn't it attach there? Oh, you know what? I don't think there was enough room for it. Shit. That sucks. Okay. Well, I think the idea here is that we kind of build out a platform going this way, right? And this little ramp we kind of want to keep here for hovercraft coming up to the base. So I think what we'll want to do is we'll want to clear some space here to put the panels. I'm hoping though that we can put them, you know, left to right or long ways, or rather east to west, I guess is what the word I'm looking for, rather than, you know, than perpendicular to that, just so we don't need a whole bunch of space to make it work. So we'll carve this out here. Okay, so putting them like this gives us, looks like we have full exposure there, but we're down 1 square there. Must just have something to do with, you know, the angle of the mountain, or wonder if it has anything at all to do with this little blockage here. Does that make any difference at all? You'd think it wouldn't really matter. Oh, see, now that one's down to 3 too. Okay. Well, let's just kind of trim this back a little bit more. It may not make any difference, but we'll do it anyway. Okay. Well, we'll start with those 2, and then, you know, when we do the full redesign of the base, I'll add some more of those, and, you know, make a excuse me, a little solar panel, a farm type of idea with more panels. But we'll just start with those 2. That'll give us a little something anyway for now. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, I think this is probably as good a time as any to wrap up the episode here. We're pretty close to our time being up. So let's see. Let's talk about what's next, though. What's coming up next? So we know we need to now go get some pentaxid for the shield. In fact, let's actually mess with that a little bit. We have a couple more minutes here. So we've got this much pentaxid, which isn't a shitload. That's 12%. Okay. So let's turn the shield on now. So it's on. Polarized whole shield. Does this thing generate like a bunch of heat and radiation? No, not really. Okay. So is our shield on? I mean, how do we... Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Check this out. It's on. Cool. I'm assuming it works for the guns? Yep, beautiful. All right, I wonder, though, how do I know what shape my... Oh, it's right here. Okay. So do you see... Okay, let's try something. Let's shoot it a few times. Okay. I thought I saw it go down. Look at that power consumption go. Power consumption. It's a 47%. Wow, that's with a small and a T1 Jenny. So, okay, so it looks like... Very interesting. It looks like it's slowly charging. What happens if I shoot it? Yeah, that thing's using a lot of juice. I mean, I'm not surprised that it's using a lot of juice, but it is. Here, let's get that filled back up too. Even with the tanks completely full, with the shield on, we only have 39 minutes of power. Wow. What happens if we turn the shield off? Now we're up. Now we have shit bunch of time. Okay, so what does this red mean? Does that mean that's just what's currently there? No, there's no shield at all. It's completely turned off. Okay. So I was just wondering if it would hold the charge. So I wonder if this means this is the charge that it currently has, but it's not active. Okay, that's something we're definitely going to have to be... Oh, so this power here must only apply to the shield. Because see, now it says none. But I mean, we're still using normal power here. Interesting. Okay. So if we turn that on, then this thing starts up. Then the shield stays. The shield stays where it was. And I'm assuming it'll kick in here in a moment and then continue charging up. So I wonder if what that means then is that we let it charge all the way up and then we turn it off until we need it, right? The other thing that's interesting there is it looked like it took at least a good 30 seconds, I would say, to come fully online. So that's another interesting factor too. As soon as you get that warning that the attack's coming, you got to get this sucker turned on. But you certainly don't want to leave it on all the time because it uses a lot of juice. Very cool. I like it. I like it. We're almost out of pentaxid too. So it looks like the pentaxid is probably just used to charge the shield itself, but the power is what actually activates it. Makes sense. So dudes, we need some pentaxid. We got to seriously go back up to the moon and get ourselves a crap load of pentaxid. So that's what we're going to probably end up doing in the next episode. Or at least for part of that episode. Some of that I might end up doing offline. Look at it using the juice here too. Cool. All right, this is awesome. It's really cool to see this. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just let it... okay, so it just ran out of pentaxid here. So we're up to 91%. Well, it's still climbing. It's probably just consuming the rest of that. Okay, so now the power just went down. The power just went down because there's no more pentaxid to continue powering it, but the shield is still on. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I think I got the hang of how this works. Okay, so let's turn this thing off. To conserve our power. And the name of the game, of course, is now going to be Get Pentaxin. Yeah, I know you're hungry. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check the About section of the YouTube channel, and there you will find links to my Discord and my Twitch. It would be good to have you come and hang out on the Discord, or come and say hello to me on a live stream. I do live stream several times a week. So consider that, and otherwise you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.